Scorpio, while everyone else slept peacefully, you were awake fighting battles no one will ever know about. While people complained about petty problems, you were going through entire hells in silence, without asking for help, without crying in public, without flaunting your pain. You carried weights that would break most people and kept walking as if it were nothing, because that's what you do. You endure, you transform, you rise from your own ashes without needing an audience. And God saw every second of it, every tear you swallowed, every night you survived when you thought you wouldn't see the dawn, every time you chose to keep going when giving up seemed the only sensible option. And now your turn has come. You're next in line to receive what's been prepared for you while you've been busy surviving. No more small comforts, no more crumbs, no more almosts. This time it's the complete turnaround, the total transformation. The reward that will make every scar worth it. You feel it, don't you? That shift in the air that only you perceive because your Scorpio intuition operates on frequencies others don't even know exist. Something big is moving toward you. Something you don't need to chase because it's coming to you. Something you don't need to force because it's already been decided on higher planes that your time has come. The line the title mentions is no ordinary line. It's the line of souls tested beyond their normal limits, of people who have traversed valleys of shadow so deep they permanently changed who they are, of silent warriors whom no one applauded because their battles were invisible, but who fought with an intensity that would make storybook heroes seem like amateurs. And in that line, Scorpio, you paid the full price, passed every test, survived every ordeal, and now you're next. What's next? To receive the life you always knew was possible, but always seemed out of reach, to finally experience the peace you've longed for, but rarely felt, to reap the fruits of seeds you planted with tears and emotional blood, to see doors open that were locked no matter how much you knocked, to feel the universe finally conspire in your favor instead of feeling like it was testing how far you could go before breaking. Scorpios know transformation in a way other signs only theorize. You didn't just read about rebirth, you lived it. Not once, but multiple times. Each time your life fell apart completely and you had to rebuild from scratch. Each time you were betrayed in ways so profound that they changed your ability to trust. Each time you lost something or someone you thought you couldn't live without, but somehow kept going. And all these deaths and rebirths weren't random. They weren't purposeless cruelties. They were preparation. They were the forging of who you needed to become, to endure the level of blessing that's about to arrive. Because what's coming to you now demands the version of you that could only exist after everything you've been through. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, what's coming involves recognition, finally being seen and valued in the way you've always deserved but rarely received. For those born between November 3rd and 12th, it's about deep connection, finding people or situations that finally match your emotional intensity. And for those born between November 13th and 21st, it's about personal power, stepping into a position of leadership or influence that's been in the works all along. But regardless of the specific form, all Scorpios are about to experience something that has been denied for too long. The feeling that the universe is finally on their side, that their prayers have been answered, that their sacrifices have been noticed, that their suffering was not in vain. Have you ever felt lately like something was shifting, as if a pressure you've carried for so long was beginning to lift, as if people and situations that drained you were naturally leaving your life? These aren't random events. It's the universe making space, clearing your energy field, removing what no longer serves you so that the new can enter unhindered. Scorpio, you tend to be suspicious of good news. After so many disappointments, so many broken promises, so many times when you believed things would get better and only got worse, you've developed a protective skepticism, a voice inside you that says, "Don't believe too much, or it will hurt more when it goes wrong." And I completely understand why you feel that way. But this time, I need you to suspend that distrust, because what's coming isn't like the other times. It's not an empty promise. It's not an almost. It's no longer a situation where you have to settle for less than you deserve. It's real, it's solid, it's inevitable, and it will happen whether you believe it or not, but it will be much more powerful if you allow it to happen without resistance. Scorpio, I know you're feeling something stirring inside your chest as you listen to me, that mix of hope and fear you know so well. Hope that finally, things will change. And fear of allowing yourself to believe that because you've been disappointed so many times before. You've been carrying pain no one sees. You've been through nights no one knows existed. You've survived things you've never told anyone because they're too heavy, too intense, too dark to share. And maybe for the first time, someone is telling you, I see you. I see how much you've endured. I see how strong you are. And I see that you deserve what's coming. Leave a comment now saying, I survived what was supposed to destroy me, and I am ready to receive. It's not just a comment, it's a declaration to the universe that you're opening your hands to receive, that you recognize that you've endured the trials and are ready for the reward. And when you write this, you're helping other Scorpios have the courage to believe that they too deserve it, that they too have survived, that they too are next. What makes this moment so special for Scorpio is that you're receiving it not because you asked politely or because you did everything right. You're receiving it because you paid a price, because you walked through the fire and emerged transformed instead of destroyed. Because when life gave you more than enough reasons to give up, to become bitter, to close your heart completely, you chose to carry on somehow, still capable of loving deeply, still capable of believing in transformation, still capable of seeing beauty amidst the darkness. This resilience did not go unnoticed. Every moment you chose life even when death seemed easier, every time you decided to try again, even after being brutally betrayed. Every occasion you opened your heart, even knowing the risk of being hurt again. God saw it all, and he's saying, this one deserves the best I have to offer. Being next in line means others have already received your blessings before you. And you've probably watched it happen, haven't you? You've seen people around you thrive while you're still in the trenches. You've seen others find love while you're healing from betrayal. You've seen friends achieve their dreams while you're still picking up the pieces of shattered dreams. And perhaps you've asked yourself, when is it my turn? Why not me? What am I doing wrong? The answer is, you weren't doing anything wrong. You were simply being prepared for something greater, something that required you to undergo deeper transformations first. Something so powerful that you needed to be forged to extreme intensities to hold on without burning out. Those who came before you received blessings commensurate with their level of preparation. But what's coming to you demands the level of emotional depth, spiritual strength, and capacity for transformation that only Scorpio has developed through everything they've been through. You weren't left behind. You were being prepared for something others wouldn't have the inner strength to receive. In the coming days and weeks, you'll begin to see physical signs of this shift. Opportunities appearing from unexpected places, people entering your life who operate on a completely different frequency than before. Situations resolving themselves in ways you never even tried to force. Doors opening that you never even knew existed. And the most interesting part, you'll notice that you're handling these blessings completely differently than you would have before. With more wisdom, with more discernment, with a greater ability to appreciate without destructively clinging. Because all the losses have taught you the true value of things. All the suffering has given you a perspective that people who have never been through fire simply don't have. Scorpio, one of the things that makes you unique is your ability to dive into emotional depths that others fear. While most people live on the safe surfaces of existence, you've always been drawn to the depths, where the real truth resides, where genuine transformations happen, where we discover who we truly are when all masks are ripped away. This willingness to descend into personal hells, to confront your own shadows, to not shy away from the dark parts of human experience. This has qualified you for blessings that come with spiritual depth. These are not superficial blessings that will satisfy you for a moment and then leave you empty. These are blessings that touch the deepest layers of who you are. What's coming your way will resonate with your soul in a way you almost forgot was possible. It will be like finding something you didn't even know you were looking for, but instantly recognize as exactly what you needed. It will be like drinking water after crossing a desert. You didn't even realize how thirsty you were until the first sip. And the best part? You'll finally understand why you had to wait so long, why you had to go through everything you did, why the line seemed so long and the process so painful. Because when you finally receive it and feel how perfectly you fit into the person you've become through the trials, you'll realize you couldn't have been before, that you weren't ready before, that you needed every scar, every lesson, every transformation to be ready to receive this. The intensity that defines you as a Scorpio, that same intensity that sometimes makes you feel out of place in a world that prefers superficiality, will finally find its match. You'll discover situations and people who can match your depth, who aren't intimidated by your intensity, who truly appreciate and value those very qualities that make you different. In the coming years, you may experience what I call blessing imposter syndrome. When good things start happening, a part of you may question whether you truly deserve it, whether it won't be taken away, whether this isn't some cosmic mistake. This voice comes from all the conditioning of suffering you've experienced. It comes from all the times you were made to feel like you weren't good enough, that you asked for too much, that your intensity was a problem. But that voice is wrong. You're not getting it by mistake. You won't miss it. And you definitely deserve it. Every second of happiness, every moment of peace, every bit of prosperity that's coming was earned through battles most people will never have to fight. You paid in advance for everything you're getting now. Scorpio, one of the most powerful things that will happen when you receive what's coming is validation. For a long time, you carried pain and fought battles that no one around you could see or understand. People minimized your suffering because they couldn't grasp the depth of what you were experiencing. Some even accused you of being dramatic or too intense. But when the blessings arrive so obviously, so tangibly, so unquestionably, it will be like the universe publicly saying, "This one deserves it. This one has been through the trials. This one has been tested and approved." And every doubt you had about your own worth, every shame you carried for not being better already, every guilt for not being able to get over things as quickly as others expected, all of it will dissolve. You will look back and see that the delay wasn't rejection, it was preparation. The silence wasn't abandonment, it was incubation. The darkness wasn't punishment, it was the womb where your new self was being gestated. And now you are about to be born into a completely new reality, carrying within you all the wisdom, strength, and depth that could only come from everything you've been through. The line had a purpose. It wasn't divine cruelty making you wait while watching others receive. It was divine timing, ensuring that when your turn came, you would be completely ready to receive the level of blessing being prepared specifically for you. And here's something you need to know. What's coming isn't just for you to feel better or have a more comfortable life. It's for you to become who you were always meant to be. It's for you to step into the role only you can play. It's for you to influence others in ways only someone who has walked through the darkness and emerged on the other side could. Your survival story, your scars transformed into wisdom, your ability to be reborn again and again, all of this will become your greatest strength. It will be what sets you apart, what makes you unforgettable to those who meet you, what gives you authority when you speak, because people will feel you're not just theorizing, you've lived it. Scorpio, in the days leading up to the full manifestation of what's coming, you may feel an emotional intensification. Don't be alarmed by this. It's normal for old emotions and painful memories to surface one last time before major positive changes, as if wanting to be acknowledged and released before the new begins. Allow yourself to feel whatever arises. Cry if you need to. Scream if you need to scream. Process the heavy emotions one last time, because you're saying goodbye to them. You're closing a chapter that lasted too long and was too intense. And the universe is giving you this opportunity for emotional cleansing before delivering the new, so you can receive it without carrying all the weight of the past. What makes this moment so special is that for the first time in a long time, you don't have to fight for what's coming. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to strive to deserve it. You've already done all that. Now you just need to receive it. Open your hands, allow it in, and trust that it's real, it's yours, and it won't be taken away. For someone like you who's so used to having to fight for everything, this may seem strange at first. It may even feel uncomfortable to simply receive without having to pay an additional price. But you need to learn this new way of interacting with the universe, one where you are valued, where your needs matter, where you don't have to bleed to deserve care. The blessings that are coming will teach you a new way of living, one where you don't have to be constantly in survival mode, where you can relax without fear that everything will fall apart the second you let your guard down, where you can trust that the universe will continue to support you, that you are not alone, that you don't have to carry everything on your shoulders. And perhaps the most profound change you'll experience is in your relationship with hope. After so many disappointments, you may have developed a complicated relationship with hope, wanting to believe but afraid to allow yourself to. But when you receive what's coming and realize it's real, solid, and no longer an empty promise, you'll be able to hope again without fear. You'll be able to dream without the terror of waking up. You'll be able to believe without cynicism. Scorpio, you're next in line. Your name has been called. Your time has come. Everything you've survived, all the transformations you've endured, all the dark nights you've endured, it all culminates now. The reward is coming, the turning point is happening, and you will finally experience what it's like to live a life that isn't constantly testing you, but celebrating you. Share in the comments. No need to share details, just affirm that you survived, that you're ready, that you recognize it's your turn. Subscribe to the channel because receiving blessings after so much suffering is a process that deserves support and guidance. You'll need help learning to live at this new level, to avoid sabotaging blessings out of fear, to truly allow yourself to enjoy what's coming. Turn on notifications to receive content that will help you navigate this new phase. You're next. God has already decided. The universe has already prepared. Now just receive it.